Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I don't know, for some reason, when I began to say I am your, all kinds of inanimate objects popped in my head. I am your toaster. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, but I am your host, talking to you about you and your business. We must be either very early in the week or getting close to the weekend. Weekend tomorrow. That explains everything. Okay, Sam Zietz, he's a CEO of a company called TouchSuite.com. He's part of our ongoing series of businesses we've been interviewing, of companies that are in the Inc. 5000 on the road to Fortune 500. And we want to learn about growth and success. There's very few places better to go to than that Inc. 5000. And they're ranked very high, almost breaking the 100 mark. And so, Sam, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Yeah, kind of give us your elevator speech about your company.
Okay. So at TouchSuite, we basically create financial technology solutions for the electronic payment space. Our focus is really providing the type of systems and software normally only available to Fortune 500 companies. We make them available to small independent business owners. And we believe that if we're successful in providing these types of solutions to the problems our clients face every day, such as how do I increase my revenue, decrease my costs, analyze my data, how do I obtain access to working capital, then, as a natural byproduct, our revenues and profits will naturally fall in line.
Okay. So give me an example of some of those products.
So we create POS systems, but they really act more like an ERP system. So
okay,
think about
for my client who's not, my listener who's not familiar with either one of those, ERS or POS, go ahead and use English rather than tech English.
Yeah. So you walk into any Fortune 500 company, you walk into, Best Buy or Sears, they have a point of sale system there. At checkout, Typically, the small business owner, the independent, the retailer on the strip center, the salon, they can't afford that type of solution because obviously a Best Buy has spent millions of dollars to create that. And what we've done is we've created that, call it 90% of the functionality that system has, but at a cost that every small business can afford, and intuitive enough that they can operate it without any formal training. And we've created a disruptive business, offering where they can get a system from us for no money out of pocket, similar to a cell phone model. Cell phones really don't cost a penny or free. They sign a 2-year or 3-year support agreement to use that service. We do the same thing. So instead of going and spending $10,000 or $20,000 with Micros or Aloha or one of those types of systems for your restaurant or your retail store, we'll provide it to them for free. And then as they process with us, we make our money over time, no different than the cellular company does.
Interesting. So what's the typical size client for you guys?
It's your typical independent business owner. Anybody typically has 1 to 10 locations. They're in the strip center. We're not going after the Fortune 500 companies, the Macy's of the world. We're really dealing with mom and pop business owners down the street.
Interesting. So a big company for yours would be how big?
We have very large clients. We don't target them, but our largest client does nearly $1 billion a year in credit card volume. But our typical client ranges anywhere from $10,000 to $200,000 a month in credit card type sales.
Pretty modest.
Yes.
So, what is the how many employees do you all have?
We have about 60 employees right now, and we're rapidly growing. We're anticipating hiring another 50 people in the next 12 months.
And wow, that's impressive. How old is your company?
We've been around for about 10 years.
10 years. But this technology, this disruptive technology, is relatively new.
Yes.
Like how new?
So we started out, in the payment processing space. And the payment space is a commodity type industry. And the way we could differentiate ourselves other than price was to go out and solve problems for clients. And by solving those problems, we get the merchant processing as a byproduct to that. So the recurring revenue comes in for us, and we solve the problems of our clients, whether it's how do we help them generate additional revenue, how do we cut their costs, these types of problems.
Okay. Very cool, very cool. And but it sounds like this new disruptive technology has been a big game changer for you.
It has. We really launched this at the beginning of the year, and it's taken off like wildfire. I mean, we've had it a couple of years. We've launched it a couple of years ago with an inside sales force, and now we've kind of gotten it out to the masses through our outside sales force at the beginning of this year, and it's been well received with merchants because they just normally haven't been able to have these types of solutions because they were cost prohibitive. And now they can implement them, and literally each month they see the dramatic increases in their profits as they've got the same tools that the big boys have had for years.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. What kind of give me an overview of the type of companies that you are targeting? Obviously retail, restaurants as well. Kind of give us an overview.
Yeah, we started off actually in the salon and spa space. We've done very well there and have a nice penetration in that market space, and then leveraged through our development into the retail space, and then through acquisition, we acquired a company in the restaurant and hospitality space. So there's a lot of restaurants in this country, and they're opening up every day. So that's a great market for us. General retail we're continuing to expand and modify our program to our product to fit the needs of each individual niche that's out there, because retail is sometimes it's very general, but other industries are very, very specific, and our developers have spent a lot of time analyzing that particular space.
Sam Zietz, he's been our guest. He's CEO of TouchSuite.com. Sounds like if you are a listener out there in a transactional, daily dealing with transactions in your company, and you're trying to figure out how to upgrade the way you do your systems, it sounds like there's a lot of answers there at TouchSuite.com. We'll be keeping an eye on you, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back, more for you. We want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. You're listening to The Price of Business.